Pride Month may be over, but Black queer joy, confidence, and self-expression don't end on June 30th. And let's be honest, your underwear drawer deserves pride all year long. That's why we're partnering with Trade Apparel. From everyday essentials to statement-making jock straps, Trade makes underwear that's designed to look good, feel good, and keep your confidence on point. So if it's time to upgrade what's underneath the fit, we've got you covered. Head over and shop Trade Apparel today and use promo code Black Gay Agenda to save 10% off your order. Again, that's Black Gay Agenda for 10% off. Now let's get into today's conversation. What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? Welcome back to the Black Gay Agenda. It's your boy Micah B. Listen, Pride Month is over. It is July the 2nd. We are going into, or it's the 3rd. It's one of the two, y'all. All I care is about, the only day that matters is the 7th, and that's my birthday. Birthday coming up. But anywho, we're going to get into that. I'm here. All right. I'm here with Dupree and Justin today. AP is at a wedding. Okay. AP is at a wedding. And just to let y'all know, AP is like traveling, right? She's booked and busy for the next couple of weeks. So if you don't see AP here, don't think that AP's been replaced, okay? AP is just a well-traveled young woman, okay? But we are here. This is the Black Gay Agenda. Real quick, Justin, Dupree, let me know how your pride was.
It was amazing. I
Yeah?
spent it with you.
Honestly, it was a pretty chill Pride Month. I feel like I didn't really pop out how I wanted to, but it's okay because I feel like I celebrate my queerness every day in every space. So overall, it was rewarding.
That's what's up, baby.
What about you, Michael? How was your Pride Month?
Pride Month was cool. It could have been better. I really only got a weekend of Pride for real. One weekend of Pride just because I was on tour with my job. So I missed most of the Pride activities, but we finished out. We closed with a bang. Shout out to Pretty Things, our partner. We was out there doing some amazing things. When I tell you, shout out to the newcomer Martez. If y'all aren't tapped into Martez, tap into everything that they got going on. M.RTEZ on Instagram. All right. So Martez and Dupree, they did their thing out there. And we're going to be back out with Pretty Things this weekend. We're going to be back out with Pretty Things this weekend. So we're going to run it back. If you want to see those interviews, you can catch them. You can catch some of the clips over on Instagram. But you can catch the full interviews with each person that we interviewed. You can catch that over on our YouTube, y'all. And that should be up over on our YouTube. There's a whole little a section over there now that has just interviews and like street interviews. So make sure you tap into that. But yeah, that's how my pride was.
Mm, a beautiful pride. I had a blast spending some of my pride with you and Martez. Michael, you are a key. Martez is a key. Two talented keys mixed with this beat right here. Great time. So yes.
Key. Okay.
A
Right?
key, key, key. Key,
Okay.
key.
But yes, let us know in the comments, folks. How was your pride? Okay, how was your pride? We're going to get right into it. We're not, as the church folks say, we're not going to, belabor the time tonight. All right, on tonight.
Mhm.
So we're going to do a letter from the pushers, and this week, y'all, we didn't have just one, or the past 2 weeks, really. We didn't have just one. We had a couple of listeners write us in to call us in about some of the same things. Okay, exactly the same thing, and people were not feeling our response to the letter from the pusher when we were in the studio when they said, "Why is Pride always so sexualized?" People are saying that we were dismissive, we were disrespectful to the pusher, right? Um, and it was a tone deaf response, and we should be more realistic and realize that no, Pride Month is overly sexualized. Now, when I answered that, when I responded to that in the studio, I didn't think that it was going to be such a controversial response. However, it was. So I personally first, since I was the main person who said I'm so sick of this question, right? I want to first address it.
Oh, they haven't had sex in a while. Huh.
But there's so many events that are sexual regarding pride.
That's true.
I don't get it.
Yep. And
I wish I could hold that baby's hand and like give him a EPD a whole deck of events that aren't sexual about pride.
So why do you think this isn't the
You
first
know,
time that
I
I've heard this? Thank you to the pusher who sent this in, and if y'all want y'all's stuff read on, just send it to us. There's so many activations that happen in Pride Month, community outreaches that happen that people just don't they don't talk about or they ignore it because they just think all it is a big orgy and a sex party. And there's testings that's going on out here.
There are.
There's screenings. There's like so much
art, music festivals,
festivals, film festivals,
museum exhibits.
Shout out to Black Alphabet, right? They do amazing film festivals. This is just like so many things that are happening out here that get overlooked. Fashion shows. So I just think those things get overlooked, and I think it's if you only see the sex, then that's indicative of who you follow.
And this would be a time where a lot of people would apologize to the pushers and all of that, but I'm not doing that shit because I stand on what the fuck I said. I was outside a lot this weekend for Pride Month. I mean, for Pride weekend, right? Guess what? What did the girl say? I ain't had no sex, right? I didn't have no sex. I didn't get no dick. I didn't get no booty. I didn't get nothing. I didn't even get a handy. Okay? I didn't even get a handy. I didn't even get a, huh?
Oh.
Yeah, no handies, no blowjobs,
That's
none of that.
crazy.
Not even a blowjob to incompletion. I got none of that. Okay? But what I did get was community.
Yeah.
I got to see so many beautiful Black queer folks, and we just enjoyed each other. So for me, it wasn't about that this weekend. And I think what I was getting at when we first had that pusher ask us the question, it was, you cannot speak in absolutes. One thing that I always say, stop speaking in absolutes, especially when it's an absolute that's painting our community in a negative light and that's painting us with a broad brush, right? A broad stroke, right? Because what do you say, Dupree? We're in an age of conservatism, right?
Yeah.
So when people within the community are saying, "Oh, all Pride is a big sex orgy and a sex party," guess what? Those people, those right wingers, those people who are literally making laws against us and trying to push out legislation against us, they're going to take that and they're going to be like, "See, let's get rid of these Pride parades." Right now, we are under attack, people. We are under attack. After I left Everyday People with some of my friends, we went up north to see what it was given, right? This past Sunday. The police and the police presence out there is ridiculous. They had hella streets blocked off, main streets blocked off, Broadway, Halstead, like main streets that we're at. All of the bars downtown, in Boys Town closed down super early, like 9 p.m. closed down, right? Because it's to keep Black queer folks out of there. It's to keep Black queer folks out of there. So when we as Black queer folks attack our own, right, and say, "Oh, it's only this, it's only that, it's only that," that's working against us, in my humblest opinions. So to those pushers who felt like my response was tone deaf, well, I hate that that's how you feel. I'm not negating your experience of how you took it in, but at the same time, I'm not apologizing because I said what I said and I stand on what I said and nothing. And if I felt like I was wrong, then I would clean it up and apologize. But I wasn't wrong, and I just want us to see us differently. We hear these talking points over and over and over again. It's because I personally feel like a lot of us still have an issue with how we see ourselves, how we see our own, what our worth is. And I don't know. I just feel like some of y'all pushers are being a little extra with this, thinking that we were bullying y'all or bullying the pusher. And maybe you just need to do some inner soul work. And I'm sure that this is going to be controversial and they're going to be mad about this too. But hey, here we are. Dupree, you were in the room that day.
Yeah, I was. Sometimes I like to give the Beyonce effect and just not say nothing because I did see the comments. But I
Mhm.
feel like your response was very classy, very demure, straight to the point. And even if it was not the case, so
But
what?
what about the actual pusher, the letter about that?
Yeah, I
Um,
remember that letter too.
yeah.
And I'm just like, there's a duality to Pride Month. There
Hmm.
is a time to talk sexy, a time to be grown, and
Hmm.
there is a time to put your boots on the ground and fight for your rights.
Hmm.
We fought for all of this, and we should be able to enjoy speaking on both topics freely.
Hmm.
Simple as that. I do think comments like that add to the anti-Black gay agenda of making sure everything that we do is, limited to only sex. But we're so much more than that. Y'all, 90% of our episodes, I'm like struggling to call these people pushers. I wouldn't even
They're
call
not
them pushers.
pushers.
Yeah, I'm like, that's why I was like looking at you like, I don't think these are pushers. Like these are people who just pop in and want to spew some bullshit and keep it moving because you don't do your research. Most of our episodes, about 10% of each episode is dedicated to a sexual topic.
Right.
The rest, we are doing the work from a social aspect to a political aspect to a spiritual aspect, even to a
Hmm.
friendship aspect. So I just honestly, I pay it dust, but I'm
Hmm.
glad there's people on the team who got time. Because most times I don't, but y'all be having time and I love that shit. This Aquarius to me will very like avoidant,
Hmm.
but I just felt like those weren't real pushes. Because if you a real pusher, you know what's up. You know what's up.
Yeah,
And it's
it's just good.
duality.
Yeah, there's a
Hmm.
duality to it. Like I said, we're like an onion. We have layers, Like Shrek
Right.
Hmm.
said, we have layers.
And if all you see is sex, then still say, if all you see is one thing, that's a you problem, babes. Because that's who
Hmm.
you're following. Like, I
Hmm.
know if I get on Twitter, sometimes my experience on Twitter is not the same as my experience on Instagram. But
Right.
that's that's indicative of who I follow over on Twitter. So I
Hmm.
can't get on Twitter and say, "Oh, all you guys showing all this blah blah blah, all this sex on Twitter," and then like in my follows, you see a bunch of big dick niggas and big booty bitches.
Or big booty niggas too. Shout out to y'all.
Hmm. Shout out to us.
Bitches is and the niggas and bitches is interchangeable. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think we
I
were
just
too hard on that? You weren't at the episode, but as somebody who was on the outside looking in, watching the conversation, Justin, do you think we were too hard on that pusher?
Honestly, no. I feel like sometimes
Okay.
we don't do enough. We don't give people enough sometimes because I feel
Okay.
like the conversation that we have, just what Dupree was saying, I think people miss the points and they hear what they want to hear, and
Mhm.
then when it's time then when it's time to stand in the debate and hold and be accountable, it starts to go back to like, oh, y'all doing too much, or y'all are tone deaf, or you know what I mean. So
Mhm.
ultimately, I feel like sometimes we don't really go in as we should be going in because some people deserve that, and I appreciate us always taking the high road, but like we do our research with each episode, like with the
Yeah.
topics we discuss. We are like individuals who are educated, who are in the community doing the real work. So like
Yeah.
it makes our arguments much more credible. So
absolutely.
when I see bullshit, it annoys me. It
Yeah.
really with me for real, for real.
And it's just like I just hate how we pretend like we as gay men, and that goes back to how you see yourself, right?
Hmm.
Because if your automatic go-to is, oh, black gay men are more overly, we've talked about this for seasons, Justin. I don't believe
Hmm.
that black gay men are any more prone to being overly sexual than men in general.
Correct.
Men in general are overly sexual. You
Hmm.
have straight men who will just who I hear women talk about it all the time. my straight friends, they'll talk about, yeah, this man just sent me his ashy ass dick pic for no reason this morning.
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean? So it's like it's a man issue, but I don't think it's a black gay men issue. I don't think black gay men. And then also when you're making generalizations, then you have to also talk about the nuance in the conversation. So if you're talking about the success or failure rate, which I don't know the numbers because I tried to research and there's really not a lot of hard numbers there.
Mm.
But when you talk about the success versus the failure ratio for black gay relationships and whatnot, you can't have that conversation without also having the conversation about how many men have to be closeted for years, right? How
Yeah.
many men in their late 20s, their 30s, their 40s, they're just now having their first gay relationship, which is different, right?
Some
You're not
50s,
talking. You said what?
and even some girls in their 50s.
Yeah, you're not talking
Mhm.
about the religious dogma that people have to unpack and deconstruct from. So I think, yeah. At first, I was like, oh, here we go again. I'm sick of this conversation, but I am because the conversation is usually from a negative standpoint, and it's not trying to find solutions. It's just like, oh, you gay men are this, we're that, and it's self hate at the end of the day.
Yes, and I was going to say that. I think men or people who make that comment in general, especially towards black gay men, they're
Hmm.
uncomfortable seeing black gay men express anything sexual. So it's like the
Yes,
minute we do, the minute we're gaslighted into thinking that's all we speak about. It's like,
yes.
babes, I'm sorry that you're uncomfortable with me talking about riding and beef from time to time. But when Britney Spears and Tate McRae and so many other
Hmm.
non-black queer folk make songs and albums and eras dedicated to their sexuality and being comfortable in it, nobody bats an eye. But the minute we do it, like the minute there's a sex scene in Power that's gay or in Pose, or I remember specifically Empire, they would be like, oh, we fast forward past that shit. It's because a lot of y'all aren't comfortable seeing sex outside of your own, spectrum, your own sexuality. And there are a lot of gays who also feel the same way about themselves like that. They're not
Yeah.
comfortable seeing themselves expressed in that way.
Yeah, I mean, it goes all the way, like you said, like when we have these conversations, we can't we can't forget like the intersectionality of it all and like how nuanced it is because oh no, I just wanted to say that gay marriages are some of the most successful marriages like in America.
Okay.
So like when I think about romanticism and gayness, like the success rates is through the roof. Because even when I think about like heterosexuality, it's like I see a lot less marriages, but more so long-term commitments versus
Hmm.
marriage. Like gay people that I know, they want the goal is to get married because it
Yeah.
was illegal for us to even to do this. So when I hear that conversation, it just doesn't make any sense because it's like gay people not getting married, but we're just fighting for our life to get married. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
People in like I know two associates I have. I won't say friends, but associates that I have here in Chicago. Literally, both of them just got married within the past year. Two different groups of black gay men. We interviewed one of them.
We sure
This
did. We
and you
sure
can find
did.
that interview up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Anywho, so we're getting married. I know other people who are in long-term relationships, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So I just want the pushers and the non-pushers and the pushers and the pretenders. There we go. That's what we're gonna start labeling them as. I like that. I want
Period.
the
Oh,
pushers.
no. The pushers and the painters.
Ooh,
Cause they come in here and they just put all their shit in our comments without knowing what's really going on.
See what I did there?
You ate that, the pushers and the
Thank you.
painters. But no,
yeah.
I want y'all to really, really just take a look at yourselves and ask yourselves, do I have is my view of the community due to my own self-hate, due to my own self-worth, or due to my own traumas?
Mhm.
Because a lot of times, you see it, I see it on the road with my job. women get up there and they say, "Why do all men? Why do all men? Why do all men?" Guess what, babes? You have not dated all men. You have not talked to all men. And at the end of the day, if you continue to run into the same problem, you're the problem.
Okay, if everybody else smell like cabbage, maybe it's you.
Hmm. So if you always dating an ain't shit nigga, it's because you like ain't shit niggas.
Well, nigga, you ain't shit yourself.
Hello.
You could, okay?
Yeah.
So there you have that. That is the letter from the pushers. Please don't let this deter y'all from sending in letters. We want your letters, but also we gonna keep it real over here, and we all don't have to agree. But when we don't agree, let's not like make personal attacks and tell people that they're fucking idiots. Because guess what?
Yes.
Every once in a while, every 10 business days, I'm gonna bang right back with y'all. I usually let y'all slide, but certain days I have the time and I am nice nasty. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
babes? I'm gonna read you in the most professional way, but also let you know, check the receipts. Speaking of the receipts, we are about to go and we're gonna pay some bills. All right. You listen to the Black Gay Agenda. When we come in, we're actually doing the community check-in agenda. So this actually just falls right in line with what we got going on. This is the Black Gay Agenda. We will be back after this.
Hey, pushers, real quick. If you've been rocking with us, then we need you to show up for us like we show up for you. Go rate and review the Black Gay Agenda. 5 stars, a few words. Let the people know what keeps you coming back. This is how we grow our community. This is how we reach more of our people. So don't skip this part. Be a real pusher.
What's up, pushers? Welcome back to the Black Gay Agenda. This is the community check-in agenda. And honestly, I'm looking forward to this. We need this check-in, so let's get into like what's working, Micah.
Yes.
What's working, Dupree? What's working? So I have a question for y'all, right? So the first question for y'all is, what's one thing you've seen the Black queer community do really well this year?
I've seen us highlight other queer artists a little more consistently than we have in the past. I'm seeing Destin Conrad continuously getting more love. I
Yeah.
just saw a post with Lil Nas X. It's a simple like saying "Hey y'all" video that has like 1 million likes, and we really, I think all of us, but especially the queer folk, Black queer folk, miss seeing him consistently. I know I sure do. Um, as much as they clowning Jussie Smollett, there are a lot of comments with love with his most recent Pride performance too. Just happy to see him happy and on stage and performing again. I know me as an openly Black queer artist, the shows that I have had just singing alone have like sold out. So I'm very happy to see the support that I received as an actor, as an artist. But definitely we're doing a better job of highlighting our own at Pride and then outside of Pride 365, like just enjoying the music for what it is.
Oh,
Okay, I love that, Dupree. And shout out to, the BET Awards was this past weekend
Yeah.
as well.
mhm.
Shout out to my good friend. I gotta give this Black woman her flowers. I talk about her on the show. She's Rashida, but she was the lead. Her second, she's been with BET for the BET Awards for 5 years now, but she's been the lead writer and creative director for the past 2 years. So, like, if y'all have noticed, the BET Awards have been like way better these past 2 years. That's because it's a Black woman from Chicago. Okay, a Black woman from Chicago, nigga, at the helm of things. She did a phenomenal job. There's a
Yes, she
lot of
did.
Black queer talent there. I don't know if y'all saw
Highlighted.
the picture, but there's a picture with Janet Jackson, mother. Okay, she's a queer icon, even though she's not queer, but she's queer adjacent, right? She's an ally at the very minimum. She's an ally. Janet Jackson took a picture with Kaylani. Tiana Taylor was in there. All of the girls was in there. Destin Conrad was Duran in that picture as well, and Duran Bernard. Ah,
Wow.
that brought me so much joy because and Tiana Taylor's community. Hello.
hmm And
It
I
just
don't know,
brought me.
Janet was giving us bisexual doing Velvet Rope. Let's not forget. But who knows if that was queer baiting or not? But I definitely believe Janet is a
But
little bit.
I count her, but also I don't unless somebody's
I'm Trump.
you know.
Guys. Push
That's
it.
Yeah.
why I
Pain is
said.
up. I'm
That's why I
playing.
said
Relax.
adjacent. because you know the people are gonna be in the comments. Oh, you just outed somebody.
Whatever. Listen to the speakerphone interlude with her and Lisa Marie Presley. You gonna think Janet's bisexual too. Out my
Ooh,
face.
wait. But now
Exactly.
that really warmed my heart. That really warmed my heart. And I think to bounce to a piggyback off of where you said, um, I do think we're doing that a lot better now. Is platforming those voices, um, giving people a chance. Sometimes, yeah, you might not love it, but I feel like we are giving black queer artists a chance. What's old girl's name? She's mixed, but she's still black from over the
K
pond. K1,
K1.
listen, one thing about
Oh my
K1,
gosh, I love her. Yeah.
boy, K1 got a song on her new song, Till You Cry, on her new album, amazing album. It's
Mm.
called Till You Cry. Child, I was over here like, I want to be strapped.
Oh, ah. Well,
Mm.
yes.
Like, it's just something about, and we'll get into this at another time, but because I've my attraction to masculine women has grown lately, and we're gonna get into that later.
Oh.
We're not gonna give it to the girls. We're not gonna give them that contact yet. Maybe we'll give it to before the end of the season. But
Hmm.
now, what else are we doing? That's really good. I think we're just showing up.
Hmm.
Once again, we were at Pretty Things this weekend, Pretty Pride, and the amount of love
Yes.
that I saw and the amount of love that I gave, like every single gay hug, just meant so much to me. You know, like seeing people that are doing great things in the community. Like when we interviewed Darius from Closet Unlocked, Darius Caffey, amazing. I think that's his last name still. I don't know if that's his last name still. Because he's one of the people who got a husband now, y'all. So black gay love and black gay marriage is real. But we talked about, we amplified the work that he does. And I told him, I appreciate you. And then there was people who was just coming up to me all night like, yo, like, I really love y'all. People who never comment on nothing. People who never, whatever, whatever. And they're like, I really love y'all's podcast. I love when y'all had this episode. I was like, what? You listen? So I think we're in a space now where we know what we're up against,
Hmm.
right? We know the devil that we face. And I feel like we're
Absolutely.
doing a really good job at showing up for one another, supporting one another, pouring into each other. And I just want us to continue that.
It's beautiful.
Y'all ate that up because I agree with everything that y'all said. I feel like this year, personally, I feel like the Black queer community been showing up for each other really well.
Hmm.
And even just when it comes to pride and these events that these Black entrepreneurs are having, they always selling out. They always bringing out a new audience or bringing in a new crowd. So personally, I feel like that's one thing I definitely can say the girls were killing this year. So I'm gonna say period. So like speaking of goodness and hope, right? What gave y'all hope during Pride season?
I'd have to double back or piggyback, I guess, off of Micah, just seeing the love that BGA got at our event. And honestly, I see the love outside of just that one event. Like every time I go to Progress, somebody is like saying how they like seeing the pod do what it does. And we really can't even just call it a pod anymore. Like it's a literal agenda. We are a media gumbo. We're doing so much. We're eating, we're killing shit. And it's not just queer people appreciating BGA. I have a lot of my straight friends who tune in every episode. My best friend, who is an amazing artist in his own right and is very critical and very picky, tunes into every single episode and really has negative notes. He's mainly critiquing my performances. Don't worry, y'all.
Is that
Um,
who I met this weekend?
yes, he's a big fan of the pod.
Put all three of us. I gotta let the people know this. Yo, y'all, Dupree, all of his friends are baddies. The boys and the girls.
Oh,
Okay?
baby, they thought the same
They
about you.
they're all YNs, okay? Those are YNs. But they're baby. They're not YNs. They're gabies.
Babies.
Yeah, they're
Sure.
gay.
Yeah, yes.
they're gabies, but they're just beautiful.
Thank
Beautiful and
you.
black. And the girls, and I was like, oh my God,
Hmm.
Dupree has a good community. And I
I do.
love when I see gays with good community.
I do. I'm
Because we
very
need that.
blessed.
Yes. So I just
I'm
had to
very blessed.
highlight Dupree's doing friendship right. Now I don't know
Thank
the
you.
ins and the outs,
Yeah.
but from what I
Hopefully.
see, Dupree's doing friendship right. So salute to you.
Thank you, baby.
Mhm.
And I received that friendship back from all those people you met and then some. Um, but yeah, just seeing the support we got, not even just from queer folk. Straight folks happen to
Mm-hmm.
BGA too. Okay.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That's so true. A lot of streets do be listening to the podcast for sure. Like people be telling me and DMing me and stuff like that. So I second that.
And the
Um,
girls been asking me about you, Justin.
for real, what they been asking
Yeah, the
about?
girls been asking me about you. They been like, "Yo, are you bringing Justin back? I've been seeing Justin around. Are you bringing Justin back?" I said, "Stay tuned." The fuck?
See, I love the girls and the girls love me.
Oh, you
Justin,
so
what do you call
trade. You so
Justin the
trade.
baddest?
You so trade.
I am. It's like I'm a cute
It's gone
tradie bomb
now.
bomb. Oh,
With them two
not too
strands.
much.
He know how the two strands. You remember?
Not too much.
Okay. What was the question again?
What gave you hope during Pride season?
What gave me hope during Pride season? Really, just to really continue to what we've been saying. Just seeing that we're still showing up. We're still present.
Period.
We're
Yeah.
still occupying space. Um, we're in a place where we can easily be dejected, where we can easily be like, man, this shit's not even worth it. Fuck this. I'm gonna just stay at home. I don't want to deal with it. But we're still showing up. And I think that's important. I think the moment that we stop showing up is the moment where we um, lose our power.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
Pride. I said this out at the event that we were at, but Pride started off as protests,
Yes.
and you can't protest if you don't
Uh-huh.
show up. So when the bitches be like, "Oh, it's only parties," yes, it's not only parties, but yes, when Miss Mamas gets up on that couch in her section and she throw that ass in a circle, that's protest because that's freedom. Because
Hmm.
our the people who came before us, they couldn't be in public throwing that ass in a circle.
It was a crime, bitch.
Okay, so yes,
Yes.
throwing that ass in a circle is protest. Knocking on doors and making sure that folks in the community are registered to vote. Guess what? That's protest. The
Hmm.
parades
Mm-hmm.
are protests, right? That backyard cookout, that's a protest.
Mm-hmm.
Joy, black joy is protest. Black resistance is protest. Hell, that sex party. Y'all not gonna
It's a
like this.
protest.
Y'all not gonna like this, but that's protest because
Mm-hmm.
black bodies for so long have been policed. They've been codified. They've been we've lost our autonomy over our own bodies.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody says, I want to go to this party and I want some dick, and they go and they say, because I live in fucking Omaha, Nebraska, and it's five niggas in Omaha, and none of them are black, and I want some black dick and I want some black booty, guess what? That is protest. So we gotta stop shaming that because it's all protest. So that's what's giving me hope is the girls have been showing up in every single space that they can show up.
Mm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially on the bodies aspect, because it's like we've been alienated and fetishized at the same time.
Woo.
Yep.
So to see us celebrate our bodies and enjoy our bodies openly, that's also a process. So it is needed for us to have
Mm-hmm.
overtly sexual conversations from time to time
Mm-hmm.
because for so long we were taught to hate our bodies, not even just from a
Mm.
queer
Mm-hmm.
point of view, but definitely from a black point of view, for sure.
Hell
But
yeah.
at the same
Especially
time,
if you're Christian.
oh yes,
Yes.
oh yes,
Mm-hmm.
oh yes. I mean,
Don't don't have your arms out. You might cause your brother or your sister to stumble.
yep. Or go upstairs and change your outfit, or
Woo.
those, you know, talk to
Yes.
hate out, even talk to hate out curves, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But
I
Y'all are
love you.
15.
Siobhan, I love you
You
too.
know what really blessed me too? Shout out to our sponsor this week, Trade Apparel. They were out at the Pride Parade, and s- I love that they highlight all body types. You
Hmm.
know, a lot of times now this is something that we do in the community. Like we only celebrate the gym body, right? And I understand
Yeah.
y'all. I have a gym body, so I'm speaking from privilege. Blah 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 blah. Right? I get that. But what I'm saying is, I like seeing the big boys and they jocks letting it all hang out and not caring, oh, what would this person think of what I look like? Right. What and I love brands like Trading NT who does highlight all of us. Because listen, I have friends and I get it because I have body dysmorphia myself. But I get it. But I have friends who be like, oh, I don't wanna, I don't wanna take my shirt off. Bitch, let the titties bounce. Let the titties bounce. See?
You gotta work on the flow, baby. Work on that flow. You
Listen,
got it.
I
There you
gotta get
go.
my book.
Yeah.
You're gonna teach me, but not for real. Like that's a part of the protest is us embracing ourselves fully,
That's true.
all of us.
That's true. It
Hmm.
makes the bitches so mad.
It
Continue to make the
does.
bitches
It
mad.
really do. It make the girls be in their feelings, and it's crazy because I feel like for me, this pride, like I wasn't really at a lot of pride events, but I made sure to show extra gay in predominantly straight spaces.
Okay.
But it's crazy because I feel like it was one point in my life where I couldn't do that, and
Hmm.
just showing up and taking up space in these spaces that we're not typically in, I feel even much more empowered. So
Hmm.
I think ultimately, like what really gave me hope was the sense of freedom, the sense of being who I could be, and also to just have my community support my existence at the same time too.
Hmm. And you do a good job at that, Justin. I always think about when you were here and you did your little 1-2 routine, dance routine in the middle of the club. And Dupree, I gotta find the video. I don't know if I still have the
Please,
video,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I
but
want to
no,
see it.
listen, huh?
I said I want to see it.
Oh, it was so good. But what I love about you is you don't care what people think or what people say, and that's like the ultimate freedom. So many
Mhm.
people don't want to dance, and they not just setting, they not voguing in the middle of the club because it's like, oh, people are gonna fuck them people. Niggas go to
Mhm.
the club and they stand around in their designer and their pieces. They got their pieces on and shit, and then they just like look at
Mhm.
everybody judging. And it's like, no, dance. Be
They got these
free.
pieces
Be
on and
liberated.
they got these pieces on and they're miserable. Meanwhile, bitch, I got
Yeah.
these pieces on shaking my ass on the table. Literally, I was doing
Yes.
that yesterday because why
I
not?
love that.
That's beautiful.
Why not?
Mhm.
Yes.
Period.
Child, I love y'all. I love us for real. Like I really do love us because just what it takes to be a black gay person. It's a lot. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
So I think just us even having this conversation and you know finding hope in different things is pushing us forward.
I agree. And I think a big part of the love you mentioned is accountability. And so I kind
Mm.
of want to talk about some of the things that need work in our community, if that's okay with you guys. You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying? So
here we go.
I want to ask, like, what's issue that we keep talking about but never actually address? And my answer for these next few questions is probably going to be the same if I'm being honest.
Okay.
I saw so many videos of the girls thumping. It was kind of excessive. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad spoke to me today. He was like, "You ain't get hit with no trash can, did you, bitch?" I was like, "No," because there's a viral video of
That's your
a grown.
dad. How your dad getting the gay Twitter
It's on
updates?
Facebook. No, you understand. Facebook is where I saw the video, and so
Okay.
it's viral in straight spaces too.
Damn.
And all the comment sections saying, "See, this is why they don't need no pride. They gonna
See?
take their pride away." And I'm like,
See?
I don't like seeing black gay men knock each other out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It
Me
don't really
too.
make me happy. It don't really make me like, doesn't boost my serotonin or dopamine, whatever the fuck. So
Mhm.
I think we need to do a better job of like knowing like, hey, this shit gonna be recorded, knowing your worth a little bit. And I understand it is a time to thump because some bitches do try it and you do have to throw down, but like it's becoming a little excessive, but we're taking away from the true meaning of why we even outside to begin with. You know, my grandma always said, grandma still says to this day, bitch, you fight with your family. You don't fight your family. And we
Mm.
kind of got to
Correct.
go back to like, even though we may not know this person, we're all at pride for the same reason, or at least we should be. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Let's have a
Mhm.
little self-respect, a little bit more self-respect in the community. And I'm not a
Mhm.
respectability politics girl, so let me be clear about that. But
No,
yeah,
but that's not. I don't think that's respectability politics. Remember, Monique
it's
said,
not, but I can see
"Yeah,
somebody.
yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah."
yeah, I can see
Mhm.
somebody
You
trying to twist my
remember?
words.
You remember? That's what they do. They're gonna twist. Listen, you can say everything right, Dupree, and the girls are gonna
That's
twist the
true.
words.
I should know this by now.
You should know this by
Yeah.
now.
I should know this by now.
So I'm gonna build off of that because literally we had the same exact point in our notes. My notes,
Hmm.
I had that same exact point. Um, and it makes me think of Monique in Charm School when she said, "Oh my God, is this
Is
who we
this who
are?
we are?
Is this
Is
who we
this who we
become?"
become?
And yes, I feel like, and there's two people who I want to address. And you've already addressed the girls who go out to fight, right? And tussle.
Hmm.
But also, now I'm going to call out you people who, instead of trying to truly break up these fights, I want to talk to you guys who record these fights and then you post the fights. And some of y'all do it so y'all can get your little $20 check from Elon Musk at the end of the at the end of the month.
At the
Um,
15th.
But what I feel like, this is going to be controversy, right?
Hmm.
But I feel like you black gays, you black queer folks who record, post, and share the videos of us fighting are just as dangerous as the people who are posting the videos of black men and women getting gunned down in the streets.
Hmm.
Posting the videos of George Floyd crying out for his mother when he's taking his last breaths. Posting the
Hmm.
video of the person bleeding out so you can get some fucking clicks. It's
Yeah.
disgusting. Stop sharing this shit. I don't follow shit like that. I don't follow World Star. World Star. I don't share fight videos like that unless if I'm sharing it, it's to be like. So I'll admit I shared one this morning because there was a big ass like fight and craziness going on in up north last night, and I shared it to the people who I was with. I said, hey, I think this is why we heard all them sirens when we was walking back to the car because we at
Hmm.
one point we literally saw like 10 police vehicles just going down the street and then bicycles and I'm like, what they got going
Oh,
on over
bitch, we
there?
was in the same crowd. I was right there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I didn't know, but we never got to like over by like all that area because everything was shut down,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So so we started walking back, but we saw everybody going that direction. So I shared the video this morning for that purpose and that purpose only. But I find no joy in seeing us tussle because I also, and once again, like you said, it's not respectability politics, but we do have to be mindful of how we move.
Yeah.
And they want to take this shit away from us already. We're seeing it in Chicago, right? All these years that we was out there doing what we do, yes, have fun, celebrate, woo, woo, woo. But sometimes I can't even believe I'm saying this, but sometimes we are doing a little too much. When you're hopping up on somebody's property in their cars and you're twerking on the car, and I know that's a song about twerking on the car, and we do that shit in Chicago, right?
Hmm.
But at the same time, like if somebody, but then if you get on somebody's car and you twerking and they, you know, then
Yeah.
we crying and we putting your ass on a shirt
That's true.
and we're screaming homophobia. No, nigga, get the fuck off the car. Twerk on
Mhm.
the street.
It's like they don't
Um,
know because they don't. A lot of them girls who posting the videos and also twerking on top of cars, two things. A lot of y'all can tell they never been in a real fight and took a L
uh-huh.
because you know how it feels to take a L. You wouldn't want that shit going across your algorithm, your For You
Exactly.
page. Although I personally haven't taken no L, I have had friends who I've seen get their ass whooped, and that don't
Mhm.
make
Okay.
me feel good. Why would I want the world to see that as well?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
two, a lot of y'all not paying no car note, so you gonna twerk on top of that truck because you don't know the pain of a car note, bitch. You don't
Right.
know the pain of having to get a new catalytic converter. It's just
Right.
it's nothing fun. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like some things you have to experience and go through yourself for you to have the compassion to understand,
Agreed.
like, hey, this shit ain't funny for
Mm-hmm.
real. You know what I'm saying? You know, we also living in a Zeus network society. We living in the generation of Zeus and now that's TV. You know, one of the bad boys commented on one of my videos and he was like, this is the most legal money I've made in my life. This has changed my life. And what are they doing on the show? They breaking each other's jaw. They thumping every single episode. They just honestly there's a sense of like inhumanity to it. And I really don't blame the cast of these shows as much as I blame the producers and the HNICs and the HBICs because you're exploiting especially black queer folk who don't know, but a lot of producers on other networks will automatically blacklist you once they see Zeus, now this TV on your resume, on your repertoire. And they're blinded by the quick, fast money,
Mm-hmm.
which you also got to pay taxes on either way you go, that they throwing their whole career away before it even starts. Like a lot of those, especially that Bad Boys cast, those
Uh-huh.
niggas is funny without fighting. They
Mm.
don't need to fight every episode. They're being encouraged to fight. A lot of them aren't even 25, so their frontal lobe ain't developed fully. A lot of them getting
Mhm.
drunk every single day because the producers pushing liquor, and then they ruining their reputation and career before they're even the age of 30. And
Do you?
so we take that and we
I agree
spew
with
it
that.
onto the babies, the
Yeah.
kids who
Hmm.
not protected by security, the kids who when they do fight, you're gonna get arrested. When your jaw do break, you might not make it home. It's like a lot of people do not understand this is a TV show. There's a layer of protection that they even have that you don't have in the real world. In the real world, you can get your ass whooped and you can even lose your job. Like look at the girl who threw that garbage can at the Knicks game and she stole that garbage can.
Yeah, she
She was
stole it.
making she
Yeah.
stole it. She was making 250,000 working for JB Morgan Chase. Why would you do some shit like that? Like that made zero sense.
And the fact that not only that, but it's the I once again it goes back to, and we all do it. We all do it
Hmm.
because we've grown up with it. But the
Hmm.
need to record everything and fucking post everything. Cause why did she need to record it? And like,
I
ooh,
don't
look at
know.
me. It was like during it was during the George Floyd protest day that everybody it was also the day that was the riots.
Hmm.
Um, and some of the people who got caught stealing got caught because they went live on Facebook. Like the nigga who it was a dude who stole an ATM, and he's like, "Yo, on phone them, I got a, I got this ATM and shit." Like, bro, like for real. So I
Yeah.
think you're so right, Dupree. But before we expound a little bit more, I have a question for the both of you. When it comes to Zeus, when it comes to now that's TV, do you think they are anti-black, and do you think that they exploit black queer people, or just black people in general?
I think they definitely exploit black queer people more than they exploit the baddies for sure. Because
Okay.
even if you
Hmm.
look, like I'm grown, I can watch what I want to watch. I have discernment. I'm not being influenced by these shows.
Yeah.
There's just no shade.
Yeah.
But I noticed that Bad Boys only comes out every 2 years. The baddies comes back consistently, and those girls with that consistency, they are able to break out of the blacklisting a little bit more than the bad
Hmm.
boys. Most bad boys are what? Black queer men. So their biggest checks are coming from Zeus Networks, who's only casting them once or twice within the span of 2 years. And so it's like they're not even given the chance to break out of the blacklisting like the baddies are. Because all of those people are being exploited. I believe it is all a CIA plan. Because where the hell is all this money coming from? Because don't nobody got a Zeus subscription for real. We all sharing. It's 5 people to one subscription. You know what I'm saying? So
I
it's
mean,
like where
Zeus is one of the top. They're in the top five for streaming apps,
I
and that's
mean,
with like, which is crazy to me. I was shocked when I saw that. Like they're up there with like your Netflixes, your Hulu, your like
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of money in the black community, and black people want to invest in things when it comes to entertainment, media, beauty. Those are things that people are going to automatically invest in. Like, and that's what I'm seeing right now. And I just to answer the question that you asked us, Micah, like Zeus, they do exploit black gay men, but they also exploit women as well too. I don't know. I feel like sometimes it's like
yeah.
when I'm watching these shows, my heart rate do increase. Or my blood pressure is just rising because it's like these people are here fighting for their life, and it's like, bro, like these shows could be so much more valuable. Because even with Bad Boys, like there are moments where like when the camera's not rolling, like they're actually chilling with each other, and you
Yeah,
can see that they're
yeah.
like producing these fake fights just to get people to fight. And there's some people on there who can't fight, and now they're getting beat up for real. And it's like they're not fighters. Like I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't like that part
No,
when
that's
people get
real.
their ass beat. It's like no, they have other like skills like to add to the table versus them fighting all the fucking time.
And
Yeah, and
then,
I feel it's like there's no duality in reality TV, in my opinion.
Yeah,
It's like nowadays we got Zeus, Love Island. Ain't no in between.
I mean,
Like
you
we used
still
to have,
have your
we got
married to medicines and your
yeah, but
housewife.
I'm talking about I'm not married to medicine age. I'm not gonna be on married to medicine for years. I mean, I watch the shows, but I'm 26. Back in the day, you had so many reality TV shows that gave young people a chance to be on TV that didn't require fighting. Like, I hate to say this, making the band, but I hesitate to say that, or College Hill, like the original
America's Next
College
Top
Yeah.
Model.
Hill.
Okay.
Like,
Cook.
we do have
The
next
Yes.
real
gen,
world.
but
The
the
real
real
world.
Hmm.
world, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
white
Like,
people, but
I mean, but there was, it was some, Tammy Roman is a product of the real world. Like, there was some notable black people from
Karamo.
absolutely, or like
Yeah.
America's Next Top Model, and
Yes.
even Bad Girls Club. The difference between BGC and Zeus, Bad Girls Club, if you thump too much, your ass is getting sent home. Zeus,
Correct.
if you're not thumping enough, your ass is getting sent home.
Listen
So
home.
what is
Yeah.
that teaching the kids who see these
You.
TV shows? Oh, if I fight, I'm gonna make a lot of money one day
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I see these girls and boys fighting. The more they fight, the more money they make. The less they
Yeah.
fight, the less money and opportunities come their way.
Hmm.
That's my problem.
Which
I
is
don't
crazy.
necessarily
Of
think it's
course.
anti-black because there are people who, in both spaces, black and queer, who act just like those people without a check, and they're still
Hmm.
human beings. But there is
Hmm.
a level of exploitation. There's a level of exploitation to every
But
TV
if
show. Everybody cast it.
but if their actions go against, so, if their actions go against the overall health of the black gay community, black queer community, the black community, inherently is
It
that
is.
not
It
anti-black?
is anti-black. Yeah, when you put
Yeah.
it like
If
that.
I put it like that, that's
Yeah.
definitely
Mhm.
like.
I don't think anti-black, and I listen. I be chopping it up with like I've been out here with some of the deep thinkers lately, and just listening to them. And there's somebody he actually posed this to me, right? And he was like, any behavior that goes against the black community is inherently anti-black. I was like, huh?
That's a great take. I
He's
I
like
agree
that
with
brother
that.
out here pushing dope in our community is anti-black.
Anti-black,
Hmm.
absolutely.
He's like that.
Absolutely.
He's like that brother out there having 4 or 5 kids,
And can't
and
raise
not
them.
take and
Anti-black.
and not taking care of them is anti-black. He said that sister. I said, oh. He said that sister who
Ooh, that
has
booty hole
4 or 5 kids
discussion.
by 2, 3, 4 different men. That's anti-black.
Ooh, child.
That's kind of controversial, but um,
I have nothing to say.
but
Mm,
he's
All that to
okay.
say, though, all that to say, what I will say to wrap it up in a bow, if you are
Mhm.
out here filming, producing, because some of y'all niggas go and put watermarks over these videos, do whole
Mhm.
entire presentations over these videos. If you're doing that, you are anti-black for one, and you are a detriment to the black queer community.
Well, well,
no tea,
Pastor.
no tea, no shade.
Mhm. Well, that is what I really had for my segment of what needs work. I feel like we answered all of my
Yeah.
questions in one big
Hmm.
spiel. And I just, where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? So I think that's important because nothing that we do, we always talk about solutions. We do the agenda moving forward because a lot of people can talk about the problems, but then they don't bring
Hmm.
any solutions.
Hmm.
And then the problems continue to happen because y'all niggas just want to complain. We don't do that here. We bring forth solutions. So, huh? How do we? You know what? Because we already talked about it a little bit. we just talked about Zeus Network. We talked about like these like personalities, and these personalities have a lot of influence, right? And then we're in
Mhm.
the age also of the influencer, the age of the content creator, all of that thing, all of those things.
Mhm.
So, what role do you think creators, organizations, and community leaders, what roles should they play in our everyday lives, right? Because Pride Month, everybody's like, oh, we got this activation, we got this, we got this, oh, this, boom, 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 this party, this thing. But then after Pride Month, a lot of times, a lot of that stuff kind of dwindles. So, what do you think
Mhm.
that the organizer, the influencer slash content creator, and then just the everyday person. There we go. The organizer, the content creator slash influencer, and the everyday person. What should we be doing for the rest of this year?
I think consistency is key. A lot of those
Mhm.
all three lack consistency across the board. And I think it's because when they sign up to be in said positions of power, they don't realize how much power it takes. And it can
Mm-hmm.
be a little bit overwhelming. And so you sometimes focus on the quality instead of the quantity. But I do think quantity is important in a lot of those positions. Like you have to be consistent to
Mm-hmm.
really see the long-term effects of what you're trying to execute. For
Mm-hmm.
me as a content creator, if I didn't post every day like I did 2 years ago, like I am now, like I post every day as if I only have 100 followers trying to get 1K. You just have to have that mentality. You got to have that hustle. I was I was about to quote a rapper, but I'm not because I don't need y'all in my face. But
You, Jay Z?
no,
Oh, okay.
no, your least favorite girl.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She
Oh,
said you
yeah.
gotta have real skills. You gotta work for that. Is you really your passion? Would you give the world for that? Now, when she made that, she wasn't where she is today, and she ate with that bar. No
Mhm.
shade. Is it really your passion? Would you give the world for that? That's some real ass shit. I would give the world for my music, my acting, my content creation, and I'm just now starting to see some of the fruits of my labor. 26, and I've been acting professionally since I was 14. So,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah,
Consistency.
consistency. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
And that's across the
Uh,
board. I think that's
Yeah.
across the board. Even in the organizer space, that's across the board.
Hmm.
Like if you're doing a community event, you can't just be for pride and then we don't do follow-ups with those people. And we're not doing
Mhm.
check-ins, community check-ins with the
Hmm.
people. So yeah, I love that. Consistency. You like that. You
Mhm.
consistently eat shit up over here. So shout out to you
Thank
for
you.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Justin?
I was gonna say that when it comes to like the organizers, I look at the organizing community leaders as like basically like thought leaders in some capacity because
Mm-hmm.
people are looking people are coming to said event or want to support you because of what you're providing, right? And I think like I'm very big advocate for education, and I think just it's just important for our like leaders to constantly, educate not only people who are outside of our community, but also people within our community. Because I do feel like a lot of times people are be ignorant or don't have the lack or have a lack of understanding when it comes to certain things. So I think just like going forward, consistently outside of Pride Month, leaders can definitely show up by being educators for sure.
So yeah, and then with that being said, shout out to Hope Giselle, shout out to Ernest Owens, shout out to Charles Blow. Um be eating them up all over the CNN and Fox and all of that, just eating them up.
Hmm.
Shout out to I don't even want to keep naming names because there's so many people. I'm just looking at like some of the people who I'm like consuming their content on a daily basis. Shout out to Keith Boykin. People who are in the community out here really educating. Shout out to what's his name? I don't know his real name. I just know his Instagram is like and Twitter like Raw to Rebel. You know what
Hmm.
I'm talking about?
Hmm. I do.
Yeah, oh
I do. Yeah.
he be screaming at us, but he be killing them, and he be like really educating. Like shout out to them,
I say shout out
especially
to I would say shout out to T.S. Madison as well. T.S. and
shout out to
Fred.
T.S.
Oh yes,
Madison.
Yeah, as
Miss
funny
CS
as they
Madison.
are, They be dropping some real ass
No,
gems.
yes,
Real ass gems. I think
yeah.
that it just gets clouded by how comedic they are and entertaining, but like
hmm
they be dead ass serious and we need to
Craig
listen to
Stewart,
them.
shout out to Craig Stewart doing
Yes.
great work over on
Telling
his
our
platform.
stories is an
Telling
amazing
our
series.
story.
Yes.
Shout out to the
Yes.
people. Shout out to the brothers over there. Huge fan of their work over at the Surface Level Podcast. You feel me?
Mhm.
Like there's so many of us. When I tell you they do great work. Have you seen their series where they've been highlighting like the elders? It's been really beautiful. They went in and took. Oh, you gotta
Check
tap
it
in.
out.
They
I
went
have to tap
in,
in.
did a photo shoot with them, real colors, like bright colors, and like the elders were just like telling their experiences.
That's beautiful.
Um, so shout out to the people who's doing the work. Shout out to Justin. Shout out to Dupree.
Shout out to Micah. Shout out to
Right.
Martez.
You
Shout out
know,
to
shout out to the
Shout out to
Black Gay
us.
Agenda.
shout out to
Yeah.
the
Shout
BGA.
out to the Black Gay Agenda.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm. Okay, so I got one more question. All right, I got
Let's
one more
do it.
question. I have nothing to add because y'all pretty much, y'all said some good shit. Y'all said some good shit that I really fuck with. So, what do you hope? Right. When I do another conversation, I always ask, and that's my other podcast, y'all. Another conversation. It is a Black Age in the original. I can't tell y'all who we got, but July's episode is about to go bananas. All right. But the last question I always ask them is, where do they see themselves in 5 years? Right. A question of a reflective question. So I want to
Mhm.
pose this to you all.
Okay.
Be honest. Where do you see the Black queer community in 5 years?
Where do we see it? Where would I see
Um,
it? Ooh.
I hope in a
Well,
healing,
I
healing.
yeah.
I'll say that. I hope we're healing. You know, this administration that we have in office now is doing a lot of damage that is going to take years, if not decades, to
Mm-hmm.
heal from. Just
Mm-hmm.
on an American standpoint,
Yeah.
and then
hmm
we nail in and zoom in on the Black food experience in America alone. It's done a lot of
hmm
damage as well. It's caused a lot of self-hate. It's caused a lot of insecurity, and it's caused empowerment to bigotry. So 5 years from now, we'll still be relatively fresh from what we're experiencing now. So I think we'll be in a state of restoration. I hope we'll be where we were in like the 2010s and respecting pronouns again and just seeing more color on TV. And I'm not just referring to race, I'm referring to sexualities and experiences and lifestyles. I just hope that's where we're at. I hope we are not going further and further into this white supremacy we're seeing across the board today.
Mm.
You actually ate that debris. Because literally as I'm sitting here thinking, like I feel like, the next 5 years where I see our community going, I see us being more gatekeepers of our culture. I do feel like over the last few years, like people have been feeling too comfortable using gay lingo,
Hmm.
as gay people at their as an
Fuck
accessory,
that.
but not actually like doing the work and showing up as true allies. So I do feel like
Absolutely.
as black gay people, black gay men, we are one of the most inviting, warming group of people, but it's not the same energy reciprocated. And
Preach.
I'm all about gatekeeping what belongs to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely
Absolutely.
feel like I definitely want us to go back into like gatekeeping our own culture, so that way we can take that energy and invest it in ourselves. Because
Absolutely.
I feel like too many people get access to our lifestyle and our culture, but people like our culture, but don't want to make the same sacrifices as us for us to even thrive in our culture.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. They want the rhythm but not the blues. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
same
Mhm.
thing Black people in general have been saying since our we stepped foot in this country. And it blows my mind when a lot of people in the Black community cannot understand the parallels between being queer and being Black. It's like
But
I agree with T.S. Madison. I'm Black and queer at the same time
mm-hmm.
because there is a level of isolation that I have experienced that I
Mm-hmm.
think was magnified when I was clocked. I never got the chance to come out. Bitches was clocking me as a child. So there was a lot of shit that I experienced from my own people that a lot of the boys and girls from the same way experienced as well. I understand that being racially profiled and profile for sexuality are two different experiences, but there are some similarities. That's all I'm saying. I know it's not the exact same. I'm fully aware. Fully aware.
Man,
I
fuck
just
all
hate
these
that.
disclaimers. Man, say what you say. What does Kiki say? Say what you, girl. Say what you saying. No, we
Yeah.
don't need to keep giving the girls no damn disclaimers. Okay, no
Hmm.
Yeah,
disclaimers.
fuck
Speak,
no.
and I'm for real. And I said that shit to Justin in season one. Say what you
Hmm.
say. Don't be afraid of what you know. Say what you say.
Yeah.
Say what you say because nothing that you say is it's real. It's real.
That's true.
I fully agree with you. Yeah, y'all said some good stuff. I think that we have two roads that we can go on. I'm older than y'all, so you might not have had the books. We had books back in the day. They were called Choose Your Own Adventures, right? Choose Your Own Adventure, and it was a book, and you would go through the book, and it'll be like to do this, go to page 17, right? It's that would be a different story from, okay, boom, going to go through the river, go across the river in this boat, go to page 45, and then on page 45, they're gonna take you down that story until you get another choice, right? And
Okay.
then go down through the woods in the forest. That's going to take you to a different story. So we are at a moment as a Black queer community that I feel like we are in that book. We are in Choose Your Own Adventure, and one route is for us to pretend like this shit doesn't affect us, right? Some of us as Black gay men did that when trans rights were being attacked. You know,
Mm.
when they were talking about the whole travel ban and all these other things and trans rights, and like there was Black gay boys, butch queens who were like, "Oh, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care." Right? I'm not gonna. Who cares? You got something to do with you, babe, because it starts off over there, and it's gonna eventually be on your front door, and then and then you're gonna be affected, and then when you want to marry your little boyfriend over there, you can't do it now because they're trying to pull that right back as well. So
Yep.
I think we're at a place where we can keep our head in the sand and just think it's only parties and operate like it's only the parties, or just
Hmm.
operate like I'm just gonna keep. And I understand that, and it's you got to find some middle ground because I understand like you don't want to just spend your whole. You want to have Black joy, you want to party, you want to celebrate, you want to have an escape. But nah, bro, we can't only do that because we also have to get in the fucking field. And that's the other direction. We got to
Yep.
get in the field. We have to. We should be talking about voting. We got to make sure that all of the niggas that you go to brunch with are voting in November. And not
Hmm.
just voting, like filling in the blank, like y'all used to do Scantrons when you did a
Do
study.
your
No, like
research.
actually researching,
Yeah,
right?
do your research.
All of the niggas, listen, that nigga who's sticking his dick in you, that nigga whose dick you sticking in, make sure, right, that they're at the poll. Make sure they just not on your poll. Make sure they're at the poll come November. All the girls who you go out to the parties with, and we get in sections and bottles together. Make sure that they're voting. Make sure your friends are
Hmm.
voting. Make sure your family is
Hmm.
voting. Like this is
Hmm.
probably this
Hmm.
election right here will be the most important election of all of our lifetimes. And I'm talking to the person who's in their 50s, and I'm talking to the person who's a first time voter. This will be the most important election this November of your fucking lifetime. Get in the fucking field. And
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
what I say in 5 years. So I can't foresee what's gonna happen in 5 years because I don't know what we're going to do in November.
Hmm.
So from now to November, our main goal is to not just spin that shit, it's to flip that shit. We gotta fucking flip that shit. And we have to get active not just in not just in the politics of it all, as far as voting, but get active in the community. Go to your local black gay, find out where your local black gay men's caucus is and get in the fucking field. If you're in Chicago, Chicago Black Gay Men's Caucus. I'll go ahead and do you one better and I'll put the link in the bio because we do have a really big Chicago fan base and listenership. All right. Get in the community, y'all. Find out your local health cares and what they're doing for HIV prevention and HIV treatment. Because guess what? That's on the chopping block for funding. And there's places where that's already been chopped. If you're here in Chicago, Onyx, Dr. Maya Green, I'll plug you in. Get in the fucking field. We don't have time to play. And that's all I'm going to say. Get in the field.
Get in the booth, bitch.
Get in the booth, bitch.
And
Do
don't
you
be
rap or
afraid
do
to
you
spread that
tweet?
knowledge.
Do you rap or do you tweet?
Unlike a lot of these girls, whether whack or lick, at least I can say I wrote every bar I spit. Okay?
Period. Come on.
Nick.
Sorry, that I'm really passionate right now because like we don't have a lot of time. We don't. And we've already seen them do it like they're if you paying attention, I'm sorry, y'all, I can't get off this. But if you're paying attention with the redistricting and they're like being intentional with how this
They
election goes. So we
openly.
don't have the luxury to sit at home and be like, oh, my vote doesn't matter. No, it does. And if a lot of y'all keep saying your vote doesn't matter, then no, it doesn't matter because everybody's staying at home because they think they shit don't matter. I don't want to get to a place where we have to go back to what it was for us in the 60s, in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 40s. But we can go back to that real quick if we're not careful.
Yeah.
So y'all bitches out there, I'm sorry, I say bitches respectfully. What did Cat Williams say? When I say niggas and I say bitches, I mean it respectfully. When I say bitches, I mean it respectfully. But like we don't have the luxury, and this is not respectability politics, but we don't have it's life or death. And we don't have the luxury to be fucking fighting in the streets, after the club, after the pride event. Like, what are we doing? Y'all bitches is fighting and twirling, and y'all losers are recording them doing that shit. How about you record fucking going to the fucking, I don't know, canvas in the neighborhood and getting people active? We got to do better, y'all. We got to do better. Or the Black Gay Agenda is going to, in general, not the podcast, but just like us existing, is going to look a lot different in 5 years.
Now,
And
was that
everybody's
overtly
going to be back in
sexual?
the closet.
But I ain't going back in that dust thing.
Never.
Well, mine was always made of glass, but yeah.
All right, y'all. Micah, thank you for going in and
I'm sorry, y'all.
reminding people what they need to be doing because yes, it's important. So I appreciate you for even saying all those things. Now it's time to get into some rapid fire.
Okay.
So, fellas, y'all know what rapid fire is. Want to ask a question? Boom, answer it, keep it pushing. All right. So, one word to describe is your pride.
Sexy.
Oh, why would you use that word, Dupree?
I did it on purpose. Wow.
Affirming.
Okay, period.
What about you?
I'll say cutesy.
Very cutesy.
Biggest green flag in the community.
Oh, I like that.
Supporting.
I said it earlier. I mean, I guess that's supporting, but showing up.
I was gonna say inclusive. It's like we're very big on inclusivity.
Some of us.
Hold on. Okay, inclusive. You said inclusive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Biggest red flag.
Exclusive. Yeah.
Yes.
Segregation.
Yeah. So I said the biggest red flag would be the judgment.
I'll say the elitism. Elitism.
Oh, I feel like those all go together, but okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So what's the most underrated black queer space?
Most underrated black space.
The
The church
church.
when
No,
it's
I'm
not
joking.
toxic. We said it at the same time. Did you hear me? We literally
Yes,
said the church. I said the
the
church when it's
church.
not toxic. Yes.
The church that is not toxic.
Hmm.
And I know it's rapid fire, but real quick, I think if we get to a place where the leadership, who is family, who just pretend like they're not, become more real about at real when they become more real, open, honest, and transparent about who they actually are, I think it will be an even healthier space for all of us. And like the church would be so dope if everybody was just like real. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So true. Dead ass.
Yeah.
Mhm. Come on out, Pastor. Come on out, Bishop.
I was going to say the gym. Um,
Hmm.
okay, what's one thing every black gay man should experience? I'll go first. Threesome.
Oh,
Oh shit.
car
You gonna
sex.
make what is it?
Car sex.
I hate y'all because y'all are making me. I'm gonna stand my answer, but now the pushers are gonna be like, all we do is push sex. A sex party.
We
That's a
literally
good
just
party.
dedicated most of this episode to talking about make sure you go vote, take care of your fucking mental health, and check up on your friends. We can
Right.
have a little 2 minute section about sex.
We
Yes.
literally can. We literally can. Duality exists, baby.
The fuck?
Duality. Because Martin Luther King Jr. was a freak. All
And
right.
Malcolm X.
Huh?
And Malcolm X tall ass.
Yeah, they was out here having wild orgies. And they was still that niggas. So leave us alone.
Okay, so, okay. Side note: there's something so sexy about a man who can protest. So I already know they was on some demon time after hours. No shade.
Girl, they still to perform too. They gotta
Because
perform
no,
too.
because you gotta think
Yes.
that's draining and the hard work that you
Hmm.
do and like then when you
It's sexy.
okay
It's
after hard
sexy.
listen.
I would have been a hoe during the civil rights era. Man,
Girl, okay.
Boy,
Last question. What's
okay,
one thing you're leaving in this Pride season?
that we're leaving.
In this Pride season.
bear mace.
Who?
Bear mace. It's a bear mace epidemic with the gays. Somebody got
Wait,
bear mace at Pride last night. Every time we go
Oh,
out, somebody's
is
getting
that what
bear mace.
happened when I saw like everybody running?
No, that was earlier. So as soon as we got
Oh,
there and the sun was still out, somebody said bear mace, which I took flight. Like these bear mace girls, do y'all not understand? Bear mace to somebody is a felony, bitch. Like it's mace for a fucking bear. Like, can we leave that
yeah.
behind? That's for the straights and the gays.
Okay.
Like, stop bear
that's
macing people, y'all.
that's insane.
Yes.
What? Okay. Whoa. What I want to leave behind, y'all, for real, is section culture.
Good luck.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I know, and it's not because,
Yes.
but that ties to the elitism. It's not that I don't got it. I got it to get a section if I wanted to,
I
but I
don't.
feel like that takes away from the party. The most beautiful thing about the party, about everyday people, was just everybody was together, right?
Hmm.
Everybody was together, enjoying space, freedom, joy, black joy. I love being black. I will be black every single lifetime. Like we were just loving on each other. People you didn't even know. We having crump. You having a crump. They playing. You got sir. You having a crump battle when that Fat Man Scoop comes on. Right. I don't know you from Adam. When Before I Let You Go comes on, everybody's we doing it. We're doing the lecture slide. Like all of these things is just black joy. I feel like sections have taken away from that. I feel like we go like it's just lame. Everybody's standing in the section. Nobody wants to dance. People got their cameras out. And I get the content too, but like they got whole entire like rigs out there doing a whole entire production. You standing on it like, bro, what happened to niggas dancing? What happened to niggas having fun? What happened to niggas not feeling like, oh, I'm important because I'm behind this velvet rope? Okay, you're in a section, but in real life, you're general admission. And that's
Mhm.
okay, right?
Mhm.
Your general admission Monday through Friday, and then Friday night, all of a sudden you are elite. No, we gotta stop that. Let's leave that behind, babes. Okay, leave it behind. There's nothing wrong with a section. There's nothing wrong with designer and all of that. But sometimes, guess what?
Mhm.
That shit is on Klarna, and you're only on payment 1 of 5. That's okay, but let's leave let's leave sections and elitism. Let's leave that shit behind us. It won't happen,
Absolutely.
but
Drops mic.
What did
On
Rihanna
that,
tell Sierra? Good luck with that stage you speak of. Ooh, that
oh,
was a
that
that
is
that
oh,
was
listen.
that's
that was a
old.
me
That's
that
some
was an
deep.
era, baby. Rihanna
That's
on
Black
Twitter,
history. That's
that's
Black
Black
history.
history. Good luck booking that stage you speak of. I said, God, well, damn, Rihanna.
All right, fellas. Thank y'all so much for playing rapid fire. That was cute.
Yes.
That was cute. Michael, you have any like closing thoughts?
Do I have any closing thoughts? We should start doing like the Jerry Springer, the final thought. Hey friends. Hey pushers. No, I just think my closing thought is um we just need to love on each other more. And I think one of the main things is we need to give. I want to end with let's give more grace, extend more grace. Now, extending grace doesn't mean that you let people play in your face. I'll
Mhm.
never tell a bitch to let a nigga play in their face or anybody play in their face. But
Okay.
extend more grace, right? Extend grace to that man who didn't text you back, right? Extend grace to him because you don't know what he's dealing with. You don't know what he's carrying. Extend grace to the person who, I saw uh, Durand Bernard got a lot of heat this past week for his use of ChatGPT and generative AI, and the community just gave piling on, right? Extend grace to him because we don't always get it right. I'm gonna fuck up. I fuck up all the time. Don't
Mhm.
pile on me. Call me out, right? Call me
Yep.
in. Call me in. And and if I think it like they called me in. Now I thought it was bullshit, so I gave them my ass to kiss with this letter from the pusher. But they called me in. Good job. Y'all are doing your job. But also give grace. Don't say because somebody gets it wrong or because they do X, Y, and Z, now they're the worst person in the world and the black gay agenda is detrimental to the black community, the black queer community. Give more grace. Like treat each other better. Like, okay, I get it. A joke, hee hee ha ha. But like, why do y'all shit on Jesse Smollett the way y'all shit on him?
And I actually loved his performance.
Why do y'all shit on him? Like, what is I don't understand it. Like, furthermore, full scope. Now I'm talking to niggas in general. Like the whole I've talked about it before, the whole we hate Tiana Taylor now. She doesn't deserve any awards, she doesn't deserve any flowers. Like, why? Like, why do y'all fucking hate Lizzo so much?
I think it's a lot of it is rooted in self-hate and anti-blackness, and a lot
Uh-huh.
of
Mhm.
people see people living. A lot of people don't like to see a whimsical, happy black woman. You just talked about
Mhm.
Tiana Taylor, who has always been whimsy and free and
Yeah.
just like that. That's a real thing. A lot of black folk don't like to see a happy black woman.
I don't think they like to
Mhm.
see happy black gay men either. Or black men
That
either.
that too. That too.
Yeah.
I
So
think the
if you think
Jesse
that's the
thing stems
issue,
from. I think that's a big part of it. I think it's multiple
Mhm.
issues at the same time. With Jesse, I felt like a lot of people saw the potential that he had with Empire and still think he lied about his incident and are like, "You, how dare you, you F word? We let you in. We made you feel seen. We made sure you were part of the A list of the black experience. And you gonna do this to us? And you gonna betray us?" Like they always be like, "Oh, bitch, he still lied. He lied about that note." That's a comment I saw. So it's like any chance they get to bring up his past, they're
People
gonna
lie all
do
the
it
they
time.
lie
because they
every
feel like
day
he's wrong.
People
though.
lie all the time.
Dupree.
That's why I'm
Yes,
like,
I'm not saying this is me,
No,
but
yeah, I get you. And that's why I'm not
that's what
understanding.
I think it's rooted in. It's like we let this one gay in and he fucked it up for all of y'all. We gonna remind him he fucked it up for all of y'all every time we get.
No, I'm talking about us who's doing it.
Well, a lot of us could probably, a lot of people like us are saying the same thing. Like they let you in and you done fucked it up for all of us.
making us
Mm-hmm.
look bad.
Yeah,
It's
and
just I
he's an easy target. He black and gay.
yeah, but we just
Easy
need to
targets for a
give
lot of
our
people.
but that's why we as black queer people we need to give more grace and like
Yeah.
protect each other more and like I there's stuff that I see on the internet that I don't share. I be wanting this the shit. I be like, woof, but I don't share it because it's like, what's the point? Now
Yeah.
I might amongst my friends we might have combos about it, but like I'm not posting and using my platform. I guess I just feel like we need to be a lot more kind to each other. And I get it. Jokes is jokes. You know, people
Yeah.
have bad performances. We make jokes, but like I just feel like when it comes to people like Justy, when it comes to people like Lil Nas X, when it comes to your Billy Porters, the other people, it's just like y'all are fucking bullies. So let's just give it grace across the board. And that's my final thoughts. Okay.
Yes.
More grace.
More
Justin, we love
grace.
you. But that note was tired. But you knew that because you made the comment saying it was tired. So we know. He
No.
And
said, shit,
people
I know it
mess
was tired. People make mistakes.
people
Man.
mess
It look
up.
hot. You know it's hot when the video look hot. Like everybody look hot as hell. So I know it
Mm-hmm.
was hot as shit in Harlem that
Yeah.
day. So
Mm-hmm.
But but
whoa.
people who don't do are usually the loudest ones who critique.
Oh,
So
oh yes. I critique the shit out of the basketball players knowing damn well I can make a 40 yard from the 50-yard line. And that's football.
yeah.
So yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, this has been a great community check-in. I think we were very real tonight with each other. I
Mm-hmm.
think we did what needed to be done. I think the work has been done. And I always was told growing up as a PK, listening to my dad who's a pastor, and my mama, um, when the Holy Spirit leaves, it's time for you to sit down, okay? So I just
Absolutely.
feel like everything that has been said has been said. So this is the benediction. This is a time actually where
Mhm.
y'all all can participate in what we got going on. All right, pull out your phone. Pull out your phones. If you look us up at PayPal.me PayPal.me Black Gay Agenda, PayPal.me Black Gay Agenda, or Cash App us at Black Gay Agenda. All right, Cash App. That's a tongue twister.
Good
Cash
job.
App us at Black Gay Agenda. Listen, it don't matter what you give. All right, we like the kind that jingles,
Jingles, but
but
we
we
prefer the money that folds.
ah.
Hallelujah!
Siobhan, all right. But not for real. If you feel like you like the work that we're doing, um, and you're touched by the work that we're doing, we entertain y'all. Give something, right? It don't matter if it's $1. It don't matter if it's $10. But what I'm asking for, so July 7th is my birthday, right? And I'm gonna roll out this campaign later. But I am trying to fully fund the entire season. We're doing a special season. Season 5 is gonna be special for y'all, but we're trying to do it all in studio. Y'all be like, "Oh, we love it in the studio. We love it too." But that shit be costing coins, right? So it's my 40th birthday on Tuesday or the 7th, whatever day that is. It's Tuesday, right? What I'm asking you, if y'all have it, I want y'all to donate $40. I'm only 41, y'all. I'm asking y'all to donate $40 to the Black Age, and then that's going to go towards a lot of things that we got coming up. Bringing in different people to help grow the platform, continue to grow the platform. So that's what I want for my birthday, y'all, and that's it. All right, $40 for my birthday for the platform, so we can also continue to pour back into the community. So if you have it in your heart, all right, if you have it in your heart, do that. Do that. If not, that's okay. You know, we still love you. We still support you. But if you have it, we'll take it. Because we're doing big things for the rest of 2025.
Because we going to spend that shit, whatever we
Don't
spend.
say that. So we're going to spend it on what we just said we're going to spend it on.
Okay.
Don't sing that song after that. Um, but no, for real, we appreciate y'all. Let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me at Dupree the Artist, Dupree, the Artist, on everywhere.
Mhm. And y'all know y'all can find me on all platforms at the Justin B. Smith.
Yes, and you know you can find me at It's Micah B on all the platforms. It's Micah B on the platforms. The Black Gay Agenda on the other platforms. All right, on all of the platforms. No, well, Black Gay Agenda we're on Threads. Got to post more over there. YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Okay, so make sure that you check us out. And just stay tapped in, y'all. We are pushing through the remainder of season 4. I think we got about 7 more episodes for y'all in this season. So we thank y'all for locking in. Make sure that you go ahead and wish me a happy birthday by sending that $40 right now. Okay. And remember, grab your purses, clutch your pearls. This has been the Black Gay Agenda. Peace.